It's episode 57 of Please Advise. I'm Malls, and I'm just going to go and introduce our guest today. Jackie Johnson is back. Hi, Jackie.
Hey, girl. Hey, everybody.
You guys might remember Jackie from Elastic Heart and IBS, which was one of my favorite episodes of Please Advise to record and one of my favorite to listen to. That's right. I listen to my own podcast.
I think you should. It's good to listen to yourself. And
it's how we learn.
Exactly. Howard listens to all his tapes.
Right. And I've heard Allison Rosen say she listens to her podcast too. And I think that she's probably a good example.
For shiz.
Yeah. I noticed when she was here that she was subtly hosting my own show for me because I kept dropping the ball. So she kept picking it up. She's great. She's great. Jackie, how have you been, sweetheart?
I'm killing it right now.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. I don't do anything. I literally sit at home and play The Sims.
Yeah.
That's it.
But you did just have a really good psychic reading.
I did have a really good psychic reading.
Okay,
and I feel like she didn't say anything about The Sims, though. I feel like her first thing was going to be, stop playing The Sims so much. Get off your ass.
Why do you love The Sims so much?
Well, it started when I was in middle school.
Mm-hmm.
I bought The Sims, the first one, and I played it on my computer, and it pretty much is the reason I didn't lose my virginity till college because normal teenagers get felt up and experiment sexually, and I was just The Sims every day on the computer. There was one summer where my dad was like, I'm worried about you. You go to the bathroom and you shove food down your face and you play Sims. That's all you do. It was an addiction. And so I let it go at one point, and then I was really deep into Candy Crush. I had it real deep, and Mama needed her meds, Mama needed her fix, and I erased it. And I was like, I need another game.
Yeah.
And then I saw The Sims on my phone. I was like, shit, I'm going down this road. And I had no idea it was going to be this bad.
You posed to me a very interesting predicament that you're in, if you don't mind me saying, that you recently came into some Sims fortune where someone hooked you up with a lot of cash.
Oh, yeah.
And then someone else came to you and said, Jackie, we can make it so that you never have to worry about money again. But you told me, you said, well, not only am I afraid that it's too good to be true because I could lose my whole game.
Oh, yeah.
But you said that would take away a lot of the fun for you because part of it is earning.
I have so far been playing very legitimately. I've spent in the hundreds of dollars, real IRL money on The Sims, because they really get you. They know their customer because they're like, here, you can have all these shitty window treatments, or for real money, you can have the cool, big, giant, beautiful bay windows.
Right.
And I'm like, my Sim ain't no slouch. I want that beautiful, big window with lovely natural light.
Right.
So you got to drop the money for that. And I'm on all these Sims message boards, and I'm in this one secret Facebook group that I don't know how I got invited into, but they let me in. And the guy messaged me and was like, "Hey girl, you wanna join this underground, the Sims underground?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." This group is full of Sim hackers.
Yeah.
And they've hacked the game to where you have infinite points. There's social points, life points, and simoleons. Simoleons are the money. And he's like, I can hook you up, girl. I can hook you up. He doesn't talk like that. That's just how he talks in my head.
That's emotionally how you go
But
with
I haven't
it. Yeah.
said yes to his offer to basically I would have to give him my Game Center password.
Right.
He would go into my game and hack it and fill me up with all the points.
Right.
But I don't know. It goes against my moral code.
That sounds like a perfect crime in the sense that
But what if he's a con artist and he destroys my town? I've worked so hard on my town.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
I'm married to Shia LaBeouf in my town. We got 2 kids.
Wait, Shia LaBeouf exists in the Sims world?
He's the only real person in my town, other than me.
You can have real. I didn't know you could have real people.
Well, you can build them and attribute them. They're not is this Shia LaBeouf character that she bought? I
probably spent $150 on Kim Kardashian Hollywood.
Oh my god, I played that for a hot minute, and this is really intimate. One morning I was having sex with my boyfriend, and I was like, "Oh, hurry up! I'm trying to get to this photo shoot." In my head. And I was like, okay, I need to erase this. It was an unhealthy level. It was crossing into my real life to a too intimate of a degree.
I was definitely screaming about how I was late to Fashion Week.
I was 3 on the A-list. Yeah. And I've lived in LA 9 years. Right. And I'm in a week, I'm number 3 on the A-list. Can I get some hookups in real life here? It was embarrassing.
I bought an Us Weekly subscription through the game to get 50 extra points. And I was like, at least I'll get the magazines and then I'll get all these extra Kardashian
because
coins.
The best outfits were the star points.
But, I really found that for Kim, it was just, or for my character, it was just best white t-shirt and jeans. That's how I kept her across the board. Look. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. James Dean.
She wore that model look.
Was that T-Swift lyric? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm all about that.
Exactly.
I really wanted that Tom Ford jumpsuit and the gold heels. When I saw her in real life, that's what she had on. That's right. I've seen Kim Kardashian. I saw her from like 2 inches away. Yeah.
Wait, so what's the most embarrassing audition you've ever had?
This one for Skinny Cow.
Okay.
It was, and I got a ticket on my car.
Oh,
which is an extra fuck you. It's like the twist of the knife because you were humiliated as well as now you have to pay for that humiliation.
Right. It's a total kick in the balls.
It was for Skinny Cow, and we were cheerleaders, and we were like, give me an A. You had to say the letter of your breast cup.
Okay.
So, like, I'm a B, so I was like, give me a B. And I think the whole commercial was about, like, I don't even know why your tit size has to do with Skinny Cow.
Right.
But it was like, it was one of those auditions that was way late. They wouldn't let you out. That's why I got a ticket. I ended up not booking it. One of my friends booked one of the cheerleaders. I believe she booked the A cup cheerleader. And she said it was the most humiliating, terrible shoot. I guess the director was a total asshole woman, a female, and was like, you guys were so much better at the callback.
Yeah.
Like, you're not even doing what we want. And they're like, what do you want us to do? Like, it was just chaos.
So what was,
we had to like dance. Oh, I hate when they like tell you to like freestyle.
Oh, yeah.
It's so humiliating.
It is really
And I've had to do that. Like, there's like this V8 commercial with like a lady. You know those like modelly ones where they're dancing? I've done so many of those.
Oh, God.
And I never get a call back. I'm very long. When I dance, I look very weird.
Yeah, okay.
I'm like one of those, the blowy guys at the car dealership.
It's
like the
so
little
weird.
guys.
Sunny just referenced that exact same thing.
Really?
Yes. Those hot, what are they called? They're called like hot socks.
I call them blowy guys.
Yeah. Blowy guys. Yeah. That's about right.
That's funny that he referenced that.
Yeah.
When I see one of those, I'm like, that's what I look like.
That's what Sunny says I dance like. He says I dance like one of those things.
You're long too.
I am. It's weird.
Malls is tall. A lot of people don't know that.
Well, what a lot of people don't know is that I have a torso that is 1 foot long and the rest of my entire body is legs and head.
I think that's a really good look, girl.
My body is 1 foot long.
Those balloons are called air dancers.
Oh, that's really on the nose, don't you think?
Yeah, a little on the nose.
That's really on the nose. I like blowy guys. Let's all say that.
Blowy guys. I agree. Blowy guys.
Blowy guys roll.
So wait, have you ever been yelled at in an audition?
Probably, yeah. If they're like power tripping session runners, so like the people usually running your casting session are actors as well. And they work at the casting studio to kind of get an edge up, to learn.
Right.
And most of them audition for commercials as well. Sometimes they audition for that same commercial.
Okay.
So if you like are just really not getting it, they'll be like, no, listen, like this. They get really frustrated. Right. If it's the end of the day and they've seen like 1,000 people, they hate it. And they're like, okay, listen, everyone's coming in here and doing this. Don't do that. Let's get out of here.
You would think with all the actors there are in LA that they wouldn't even offer adjustments. Like they wouldn't even offer notes like that.
It's a lot more coddling than you would imagine.
Right.
And that's most of the casting directors. For commercials especially.
Yeah, that's what's wild about like when you're a director, most of your job is knowing how to talk to the talent.
For sure.
That's like your job.
And I think I take direction really well. My psychic said I do too.
Christina and I had a really good psychic experience. Well, we had a astrology experience.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the time that we got scammed.
Oh, no. Everyone knows about that time. That was really embarrassing. It was really embarrassing.
There's a lot
I wasn't embarrassed about it. I knew what going into. I was like 80% bullshit. But like on the one whimsical chance that it was real.
There's
I think
a lot
she got
of
tears
liars.
out of me. Yeah,
there's a lot of fakers that give them the bad rep.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's so easy to lie.
Yeah.
Because, like, no one can prove what you're doing.
I'm sensing blue. Does blue mean anything to you?
Right.
It's like, yes.
Someone with a J name? Someone with a J?
My lady did that to me a couple times. I'll be honest. She did a couple of those.
Yeah. And they always are like, you're definitely going to marry a guy whose name begins with Q. And I'm like, I don't know anyone.
Maybe tomorrow you're going to walk by and Quincy, a guy named Quincy's going to be standing at the corner or texting or something. And he looks
Quincy
up at
Jones
you and
and
he
Irie.
says, excuse me, do you have the time? And then it all goes down, girl.
I love this like old timey world that I'm living in where someone's asking me for the time.
Yeah. And he's holding his phone.
I don't think anyone's asked me what time it is in 25 years.
Someone was telling me that like young people can't look at a clock face anymore.
No,
that doesn't. I can't even look at a clock face.
No, it takes me like 25 minutes.
I like after 5, 10, 15, 20, like I count. Yeah. I've never worn a watch my entire life. I think they're so dumb.
Yeah.
Just ask somebody what time it is. Or look at your phone now.
I actually really enjoy watches, Jackie.
Yeah, my boyfriend wears watches. It's cute. It's a good look. It's just I have really tiny wrists and they get really tired when I have a watch on them. I can't lift, you know? I like big watches.
So you're not getting like the Apple.
Oh, hell no. I got a phone right here. That's good enough.
Should I get like a sundial at my house sometime? Like if I get like a cool house, should I get like a sundial?
Oh, yeah. You know, you should get an abacus.
Oh, yeah, that'd be
Wouldn't
cool.
that be dope?
Yeah.
You could be like, oh, I'm doing my finances today. How much did I spend on my Joe Manny?
Yeah.
Move 6 beads over.
I would love to move some beads over.
Yeah.
I would love that.
That would
I'd
be
just
really
be like
fly.
moving beads all the time. And I'm going to learn how to play the flute so I can write a song about Christina's boobs.
You should take a class at LACC. That's where I took my drum lessons.
Can you imagine me jamming so hard on the flute just to write a song about your boobs, Christina? I literally learned out of all the instruments, I decided that one's the appropriate one. And that's.
Can I imagine it? Yes. Do I want to? No.
I think that would be a really beautiful tribute.
What if I write like a symphony about Christina's boobs? Like, and I write like all 48 instruments.
That would be really impressive.
Yeah, I learned how to do that. Dolly Parton can play 8 instruments or 9 instruments, so she can like definitely.
She's so impressive.
She can help.
I
out.
saw her the other day. I have a picture with her.
Wait a minute.
I love
What?
her.
Why was she at UCB? That blew my mind.
So I was
She's taking some improv.
This was the rainy day a few months ago in LA. I was sitting at home with my dog playing The Sims, obviously.
Always.
And I get a text from my boyfriend that says, "Get to UCB, come see my show." Like, "Oh Brother" is the name of the show, the sketch show. And I was like, ugh, it's raining. You know, I've seen your sketch show like 8,000 times, but fine. He's telling me to come. He wouldn't tell me why. I get there and they go, "Dolly Parton's coming." And I'm like, what? Okay, so David Phillips, who's on the team, he writes for Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Okay.
He's born and raised Beverly Hills. His dad is a doctor, and he's one of Dolly's doctors. David used to write patter for her live show because David's parents love him and they're so
And
supportive
by the
of
way,
him.
and she has great jokes.
Yeah. And her whole show is like a vaudevillian kind of act. So she like calls him on his birthday and sings him happy birthday, all this stuff. So she was like, I want to come see David's show.
Oh, I love it.
So I go sit in the audience. She comes in. The perfume wafts through the air from a mile away.
What's she smell like?
Intoxic, like really expensive floral perfume.
Okay.
That like leaves a trail. I mean, after she left, it lingered for an hour. And
you know
she
who
had
else
a
did that?
scrunchie in her hair.
Lindsay Lohan.
That doesn't surprise
I could
me.
smell her perfume for months.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I wonder what she uses.
It was bad. No, it was like this Tom Ford patchouli smelling thing.
Oh, I'm into patchouli.
I
could
hate
get
it.
down with that.
I hate it.
It's not for everyone.
I think it's like white something, Tom Ford white lilies or something. It was white.
It's so crazy that your palate recognized what perfume she was wearing. It's
I know,
really
she
nice.
Molly's
said
actually
it.
really good at that. So yeah.
I know when a guy wears Aquadeggio because that's what my first boyfriend wore. And
Oh,
every time a
yeah.
guy walks past me, it like hits me and I'm like, go back in time. I hear Magic Stick by 50 Cent. I'm like, this is taking me back to college.
I can't smell Tommy Boy. That shit disgusts me.
I don't even remember. I used Tommy Girl
Yeah.
in middle school. That was like the jam. You were not cool if you didn't have Tommy Girl.
Oh, really?
You were like a peasant.
I think that Sunflowers was like big
Yep.
at my school.
That
Liz
was really
Claiborne
big.
or something.
Yep. And
Sunflower.
Clinique Happy was like
Oh,
everything.
Clinique Happy was like chic c'est la vie.
Yeah.
Like everyone was loving Clinique
Yeah,
Happy.
you had to have that or you were a total lose.
By the way, Pretty Little Liars has been over for like 2 months when this call comes in. For about a month, it's been off the air.
Yeah.
But I still have to address this. So
Yeah,
I hope
girl.
you don't mind indulging me later.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, cool. Girl, do you want to please advise? Oh, wait. Did you bring 3 reasons why you're qualified
Yes.
to give advice?
Yes,
Okay.
I did. Do you want to hear them? Or?
Yeah.
Okay, so my first reason is my psychic told me I'm a sacred listener. She said that like that's the reason I was put on this earth is to listen. And she told me that I was clergy in a past life.
I can see that.
I was like a dope ass monk. And she said I was like helping sick people die. Like I like hold their hand. I'm like, hey, it's all good, girl. Go ahead and go to the light.
That could be why you love animals so much.
Yeah, she said it's why I love kids. And I was like, I sort of love kids, but it was a very interesting fact about myself. I don't think I'm the best listener, but I'm a sacred listener. So bring on the questions. I will listen, you know? Number 2, all my bills are on auto pay. Is that not the most impressive fact you've ever heard? All my bills, honey, are on auto pay. I don't even blink because I got the money in the account and I got my shit, locked down. So car insurance,
you're not stressed.
T-Mobile, no, honey, it comes out. I don't even look at it.
Right. Okay.
So like, take advice from a person with their life together. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I like that. If you can't have all your bills on auto pay, get the fuck out of here.
That's what I'm saying. You got to really reevaluate.
Yeah, I'm big on the auto pay lifestyle.
Me too. That auto pay life.
Yeah. 3.
We're blessed. 3, I'm 30 years old. And so why that's important is I still remember what it's like to be young, but I have like mad wisdom. And I feel I've really evolved as a woman in the past decade. Like I can give you some really good advice about your 20s. I can give you really good advice about your teenhood. And I could probably give you like sage advice going on forward in like your 40s and shit because I've lived a good life, So I think my age is really key here.
I agree. I think 30s when you start to figure shit out.
Right. I feel like I'm not like my perfect self, but I'm a really like happy version of myself.
Right.
So
it is weird though. Like last night I saw your ex Kale, who I've known for a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I've known some of Kale's friends since I was like 21 years old.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like tripping out. I was like kind of having a moment because I was like, the more things change, the more things stay the same. Like
for sure.
I legitimately will always feel comfortable and happy when I see those people. I've known them so long.
Right.
Like that never changes. I'm always like secretly relieved and so happy when I see those people because it's especially in LA. Like it's just rare, And
for sure.
Once you're 30, I feel like you start to like really appreciate things like that. I don't know.
Kale came to my 30th birthday party. And it was such a like full circle moment.
Oh yeah.
I was like, we've been through so much together. We were like White Ike and Tina.
I know.
I mean, we went off on each other. We were drunk all the time. It was terrible. But like we've really matured. And now we're like, I look at him and I'm like, oh, Kale. Like I feel like he's my little brother. Or
totally,
like,
totally.
It's changed into this love of like, I'm just fond of you and I'm free of all the other drama.
Yeah, that's awesome.
See, I'm really wise.
You're super
really
wise
evolved.
too. I've actually reached out to my ex, who I know through that friendship group, and we're gonna get day drunk together next week.
Oh, that's awesome. That's how we met. For people that don't know, Molly and I, we dated roommates.
We dated roommates,
and they were both rude to us.
Yeah, they
would
both.
Go, like leave us on the porch.
Probably hated both of our. Well, I would say my boyfriend definitely hated my guts.
I mean,
Kale really loved you.
Yeah, but we
but
went through
you
stages.
guys would definitely white trash it up
for sure. So we'd all be fucked up, and like they would go inside and like hate us, and you and I were just sitting on the porch, and we were like, "Oh, hey, girl."
I know.
And I was like, I love that dress. And then everything was from there.
Always. Okay, so here's 3 questions for you.
Okay.
What are 3 things you love about Texas?
I love how nice everybody is.
HEB.
I love HEB. Oh my God, I miss HEB so much.
HEB is like a big, huge grocery store.
It's sort of like a Walmart,
but it's like better, high quality. It's like a mix of Trader Joe's and a Walmart, but they have the produce is so great.
They have the best like face products. Every time a friend of mine goes to Austin, I'm like, you got to get me this like coffee berry extract cream they have there.
That sounds
They
really
got good
good.
nail polishes. I actually used my fake ID there for the first time. I bought beer for all my friends, and it was such a triumph. I'm like walking out with the beer, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm getting away with this. Oh my God, I'm getting away with it. We get in the car, and we're like, it worked! And like flipped out. I don't condone that, by the way.
No,
I do not condone that.
The first time you take your fake ID out for a spin and it works is pretty sacred.
It was the best gift I've ever given. It was my sister's ID. She's 2 years older than me. So
It's the
when I
best
was
gift you've ever
19,
been-
I turned 21, and it was a really big deal.
Oh God, you kill me.
But I wouldn't do that again. I don't condone underage drinking.
3rd thing you love about Texas?
Listen, I left for a reason. I'm sorry, it's really hard. I would say the queso, but I don't eat cheese anymore. The Tex-Mex.
Have you ever or would you ever be in a relationship with a woman?
If my spirit like was awoken by a woman, I would say maybe, but I love that dick. Like, I'm straight. Like,
Right,
I'm
no.
so I thought I was gay for most of my teenhood
Yeah.
because I was such a late bloomer. I like wasn't getting the hormonal feelings for men.
So you
like
just
all my
were
friends.
like, I don't get it. Yeah.
Well, like I'd look at like YM magazine, which was like my shit, my jam, and I was like, I'd see the women, and I'd be like, she's really beautiful. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gay. I'm gay.
Right.
And so I started being like, it's all good, girl. You're gonna be gay. You can handle it. You know, like. And then eventually, I hit puberty, and it was on.
Yeah.
It was all about that dick, getting that dick on the regular.
So you never like had an experimental moment or anything?
No, I used to make out with my friend to get attention, but it was never like because I wanted her or anything like that.
Right.
Yeah, I'm all about the man.
Yeah.
Bring on the boys, honey.
It's so sad, but I am so boy crazy.
I'm
like,
so boy crazy.
I love boys.
I
Like
I
love them. I don't
love
know
it.
why. I just love them.
Bring them on.
That's
Bring
not
on
really
those men.
The most
more of a lady noise, but yeah.
Yeah.
Number 3. What was your biggest fashion mistake?
Oh God, there's probably been so many. Do you remember all those like belly prom dresses I used to wear? I've put them on my Instagram a few times.
I wore
You wore a 2-piece?
A 2-piece prom dress?
my 8th grade.
Yeah, you did, girl. I did to all my dances in high school. And I remember like not that many girls pulled that, like they wouldn't do it.
It was a custom made.
It definitely was. That was definitely like.
But I've seen 2-piece wedding gowns right now.
Oh, yeah. Gina from Vanderpump Rules fully wore a crop top wedding gown.
Yeah. So maybe that's not the best one. Oh my God, hold on. I have it. So when I was in 7th grade, I was painfully uncool. It was the most awkward year of my life, easily. And my mom never took me shopping at like normal stores. We only went discount like, I'm not kidding. I bought clothes from 99, like Dollar General, like new outfits. We went out to this like, I was like the Foley's outlet or the Dillard's outlet. It was like so far away. We drove like an hour to get there. And I was like, oh my God, there's Skechers. Like I want to be cool and wear Skechers like the cool kids. But they were like, they looked like dad work shoes. They weren't like cool tennis shoes Skechers. They were like bowling shoes almost. And then like this long, like stripy kind of Kurt Cobain wannabe long shirt. But I was like, I look fly AF.
Yeah.
So tomorrow I'm going to kill it. I'm going to walk into school and look fly AF. So my stepdad that night decided to smoke some beans overnight on the stove. He left them on too high. I woke up in the middle of the night. All the smoke alarms are going off in my house and my room is full of smoke. And I remember being like, oh my God, this is just like they teach you in school. So I was crawling. I put my hand on the door to see if it was hot, all that. And then we realized that it's just the beans. It's fine. But the smoke permeated into everything. So the day I want to look fly in my new outfit, I stink like barbecue beans from a mile away. And I get on the bus and everybody's like, oh, what's that smell? It's like stanko beans. And it was like the most humiliating day. And then to top it all off, this guy tripped me in the hallway just because I was a nerd. And I like fell flat on my face in front of everyone. And I'm like, I smell like beans. I just got fucking, joked on.
Was terrible.
The worst year of my life.
Terrible.
Easily the worst year of
I got
life.
my period that year. I don't think I had any real friends. Like I think my friends and I all hated each other, or like my friends.
Middle school is so terrible.
It just was bad. It was bad.
I don't trust
8th
people.
grade was I like imploded in 8th grade. Like it was horrible.
I blossomed in 8th grade.
8th grade, I killed.
I came
killed 8th
alive.
grade,
No.
but 7th was a real bitch.
One of my best friends, or who I thought was one of my best friends, like spread a rumor about me.
Remember when Jason told everyone that Elsie had beef curtains?
I do.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it was her pussy stank, I thought. Can you say that on here?
Oh, yeah.
Pussy
You can
stank?
say her pussy stank. Yeah,
I thought that's what the rumor was.
Yeah, we can say Elsie's
That's
pussy
a
stank.
really terrible rumor.
I heard it was beef curtains.
Listen, it's been a long time.
Just Google Lauren Conrad beef curtains. Google it.
You know what? I'm thinking of another incident in the OC. I mean, not the OC. What was it?
Oh, Laguna Beach.
Laguna Beach. Anyway, listen, I don't know. Beef curtains.
Beef curtains.
It's really embarrassing.
Can you please Google Lauren Conrad?
Our
beef
vaginas
curtains?
are very intimate, you know?
So I believe it was widely rumored that Lauren Conrad had beef curtains. And do you know what that is, right?
Yes, Molly, I know what it is.
But I'm saying, like, I was watching a video this week. Well, here's the thing. I was looking at some porn. And I was like, why does everyone have the tiniest vagina I've ever seen in my life? Like, they all have little baby vaginas. Like, I was like, okay, so it really started with Jade Nicole. speaking of the hills. So I was thinking about Brody Jenner. Then I started to Google Jade Nicole. Then I found out she had a pussy tattoo. Then I Googled the pussy
Inside
tattoo.
it?
No, she has respect.
Outer labia?
She has respect on her pubic bone.
Is that like to remind her, like before she, gets down to like respect?
It said that she got it there because she wanted to be able to model bikinis and not have it show. But I mean, who gets respect tattooed on their pussy because that's the only place they can do it without.
Just don't. Maybe you know how many tattoos they cover up now? They don't give a shit. Every time I sit in a makeup chair, they go, "Where are your tattoos?" It's like they don't even care.
Yeah,
because so many people have them.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Speaking of tattoos, Shia LaBeouf got the worst new tattoos.
What is it?
It almost makes me want to be out.
Really?
Yeah, they're bad.
Wait, can I finish the tiny vagina thing
Please.
first? So then I started Googling, then I just started Googling different porn images because I was like, this is like, are all vaginas this tiny in porn? And then for the most part, they were really tiny. So then I Googled, do they Photoshop vaginas in Playboy? And apparently I pulled up this Australian thing that said that they heal it to a single crease. So if there's any visible inner labia, which is that's what the beef curtains specifically are, they have to cut it out. So like they showed tons of clips of how they basically like if there's any differentiation with like from deviation from the normal vagina that you see in a magazine, they have to fix it so that it's not excessive.
I remember seeing a Playboy when I moved into my old apartment. There was like they kept coming in the mail, and I was like, score.
Right.
She had her clit stuck out really far.
That is so vulgar.
But inner labia wasn't there, so it was. And then I remember being like, "Is that normal?
Is that like a tiny little penis?"
It was like. It looked like a little tongue sticking out.
Yeah.
And I was just like, wow, they really are all different, aren't they?
I have to say that Jackie is making hand gestures as a point of reference for Molly and myself.
You know what I mean? When I stand, my clit's in. You can't see it. But I do have decent sized labias.
I literally
like they're not tiny. I don't have a
really?
I would say average
You
size.
have a healthy labia.
I mean, I'm 5'10". I'm a tall woman. I probably, I got a puss to go with it.
Right. You know?
I
mean, this guy I read, he said that if he well, wait, no, I actually heard tall women with smaller vaginas. I love talking about
pussy.
Tall women have smaller vaginas. There's that. But also,
for someone who's not attracted to women, you really do enjoy
I love talking about my pussy. We should drop the stigma. You know what I mean? We all have one. Like, let's talk about
the PUSSY, girl. That's what I'm talking about.
It's normal to discuss it. I talk about my pussy with my friends all the time.
All about that punani life.
Yes.
See, I can't because Molly gets so squeamish.
Go ahead, talk about it.
Oh my god,
care.
I'm sorry you get squeamish.
No, you guys have your like pussy jam. No, that's fine. I don't get squeamish. I get uncomfortable when I can tell my friends are speaking graphically about their something sexual that they
I forget that some people are uncomfortable with it.
It's hard for me too because like I was a sex educator, so I was just saying pre-cum and semen in front of high school.
To talk to you
in front of high schoolers
stuff.
like all the time.
Can you imagine Christina Lopez standing on the street handing you a condom out of a big jar?
Of course I could.
I love that.
AIDS. No, I never would get AIDS.
I love you as a teenage girl handing out condoms in the streets of New York City. Like that's insane. They would allow a child to do that.
It was
I would go ahead and say that is not a job for a young woman.
I wouldn't be opposed to it if my daughter did it. I think it was more so just so for teenagers. So Brooklyn had the highest rate of AIDS and HIV, and so it was a lot of it was other teenagers. It was teenagers teaching other teenagers about how to be healthy.
I mean, I like that because it's approachable. Like if
I got paid.
Dusty
it was a
old
paid
grandpa
job.
was up there like handing out condoms, I'd be like, ew, perv.
I made minimum wage and they paid for my transportation and stuff like that. It was a great job. I made friends from it and I wrote a pamphlet. Like I contributed to a sex education pamphlet that's still given out to this day. So
that's awesome. I'll tell you what, people that are single out there, you gotta put a fucking condom on. It's so bleak out there. STDs are rampant. And that's the least of your concerns. You know what I mean? If I'm ever in the game again, I'm not playing around. I'm wearing a dental dam. I'm going to wear a fucking latex suit.
Here's the thing. It is so unapproachable to think about like
HPV.
Oh, here, I want you to go down on me, but first I'm going to insert this plastic sleeve in my vagina. Like, I can't think of something less appealing than a dental dam.
It doesn't go inside of you.
Well, female condoms do.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so curious. I don't know about any of that stuff.
Well, female condoms, like, I don't know if I would necessarily recommend them.
A female condom, do you remember in E.T. when the like people came in from the government to get ET and there was all the tubes in the house?
Yeah.
The tubes that the men are running through, that's what a female condom looks like.
I kind of did a little research because I went off hormonal birth control a year ago and I was trying to come up with a new alternative. So I did a little research with like spermicides. Like it just was real. It didn't seem good to me.
Yeah, no. Yeah, the pill's probably one of the best ways, but you should talk to your gyno because there are tons of
hormonal birth control. I'm not into.
Oh my God, Ricky Lake has this documentary coming out about it, and I was like, because I have an IUD, I have a Paragard.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. IUD is
and I
like
was
another
get it taken out because it's been really, really hard. It's been really traumatizing and terrible. And I was going to get taken out. And then I saw the documentary and I said, nope, I can't because I'm not going back on the pill. I'm not. I'm done.
What does she say it'll do to you?
So, you know, she did The Business of Being Born.
Yeah.
This is her follow-up. And it's about the hormonal birth control and what they're not telling you and how they're kind of controlling women by telling them to get on it. But in turn, it's actually really detrimental to you and you don't need it. You can take your pussy for yourself.
Right.
Take it back.
Yeah.
And it was just a trailer because I think it's like a Kickstarter. They're trying to raise money to finish it.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, girl.
I do believe that like the divorce rate and everything else, it's more all of this stuff in our society is so much more linked to the fact that half of our population has been changing their hormonal balance in order to avoid getting pregnant. Like that, of course, that has a massive effect on our world and relationships.
However, we don't want no babies, you know.
That's
what are we gonna do?
That's what I'm saying. Like, what's the alternative? Well, you could keep wearing condoms, but that's not always.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like listen, we just trying to fuck.
Right.
We just trying to fuck. Just trying to fuck, and this is the plight at being a woman. It's unfortunately all on us.
I mean, the unfortunate thing about all this stuff is like nothing is
100% effective except for abstinence.
But
that's
humans
what we
are not 100% effective. Like you can be the safest person and have all of these things, but everyone has slipped up. Everyone has slipped up. Sometimes people are too drunk to realize what's going on. People fucking lie. I remember this. I told you, I was like, oh, none of the guys I've ever slept with have had herpes. And you were like, how do you know they're not lying? Blew my mind.
Oh, yeah.
It never occurred to me that anyone would lie.
Herpes are so prevalent. They're so prevalent. I'm telling you, it's bleak out there.
I forget people lie.
Oh, and they don't know. A lot of people don't know.
No,
it's
people are disgusting.
It's more even the problem is that most people don't really get a regular STD test.
And also the regular STD test does not include herpes. You have to ask specifically for it because it's a blood test. It's not. So if you're thinking that you're getting all your info through your pap smear, you're not.
Right. And men can't get tested for HPV. So
and they're now linking it to throat cancer. I'm telling you, if you're in the game, guys, and you're having casual sex, be safe AF because it's bleak. Nobody wants that.
The pussy giveth and the pussy taketh away.
You would wear a dental dam then for that stuff?
I don't know, man. Let's just say let's say Shia and
you're drunk coming home from a bar. With a strange man and you're saying
you're gonna unfurl the dental dam over the.
You have to unfurl it. Correct. That is exactly the word.
Let's get real though. Am I gonna let a guy go down on me I just met? That's real intimate. I know that's kind of weird.
I'm just saying, nothing is 100% effective.
I wouldn't let somebody eat me out unless I was like really with them.
Well, if you've ever had like a F buddy or whatever, like
I have
a fuck
to
buddy.
say it is really uncomfortable.
That's what I'm saying. It's very intimate.
I actually don't think that's ever I don't think I've ever taken someone home from the bar and been like done the downtown situation night one.
You know how crazy it is out there? I know someone who tells me about her Tinder hookups all the time. She licks asshole.
Oh, shut up.
On the first date.
You lick someone's asshole from Tinder? Someone does that?
Why are you looking at me for validation? I haven't even done that ever.
You've never
in
looked
my
an
whole
asshole.
life.
Yeah.
I'm saving that for when I'm married and we're bored and we've been together for 20 years. You know, you blow your load that early. First 5 minutes of meeting them, you're licking asshole.
I think anal is like a 20-year anniversary.
That's what I'm saying. It's wedding night. It's like I'm giving
20
you
20 years
this.
is the anal anniversary.
Yes.
Like that's just it. I'm not. Yeah.
This
no.
is how we. This is why it's so bad out there. Wrap it up, guys.
I say you don't let anything go in your ass unless he's willing to have a finger or two shoved up there himself. He needs to at least feel that experience and that pain. So that's why I think that guy who called saying what's his sexual dare with his girlfriend, I think that he needs to get pegged and find out what life is really all about. Maybe he won't want to fuck his girlfriend so much.
They only want to do it because they're told not to. It's just like, why do men love our titties and our vaginas so much? Because they're covered in clothes all the time.
Well, also it's a real tight hole. There's that too. It's a real tight hole.
I have IBS. I don't think mine's that tight.
Oh, okay. There's probably that.
See, that's another thing. I have such a like sadness with my asshole because of all that we've been through. So like, it doesn't turn me on at all to like go there. It's a
like
sad, dark place.
Zone.
Yeah, it's been bad. We've had some bad shit go down.
I completely get it. I completely.
And that's really unpredictable back there.
Right.
You know, so I just leave that out.
Yeah, I mean, all I think about is just like, why would you want to introduce the possibility of shit into your sex life?
Right.
I don't like a possibility. I feel like you're already down there. There's smells and flavors and things that are just not familiar. And then you want to introduce a possible shitting yourself element.
I feel
not
like
really into
ass
that.
Eating is having a sort of renaissance right now.
Oh, no.
All I ever hear about is
eating
asses and licking. And
we've talked about it so much on this podcast. 2014
was the year of analingus.
Yeah.
That's the year that everyone just started giving it up for how much they loved it. Well, Drake got his asshole eaten by a prostitute or something.
Well, because asses are the new tits, you know? Everybody wants asses now.
I know. Well, here's the thing is that I think people have always wanted asses, but now they're just like, so it's like, it was like the tipping point. It was like one person came out and said, I like to eat ass. And then everyone was like, me too. And then the whole world started screaming about it.
My asshole's sad.
It's like adult coloring
We
books.
don't have a good relationship and I'm not about going there.
Yeah, no, I don't. I relate to that. I understand.
Yeah.
Should we take our calls?
Hey, Malls. So, I really need some advice right now. I am drunk as fuck at my Papaw's, like, yearly get-together, and I just want to snap my boyfriend a nude, and I totally snapped it to the wrong person. I snapped it to my ex-boyfriend. Oh, my God, I'm totally bugging right now. So, like, my boyfriend's name is John, but I sent it to Joseph, which is my ex-boyfriend. And it is an honest mistake. Like, seriously, I did not mean to. Oh, my God, I'm totally freaking out right now. Like, he just snapped me back, and he was, like, want to meet up. And I'm like, oh, my God, no. Oh, my God, I don't want to meet up with him. I'm totally bugging. Please advise.
You know, you get shit-faced at your papa's house, go home and sex the wrong guy. Happens all the time, right?
From Kentucky.
Totally bugging, girl.
She's totally bugging. Jackie, I don't know. I would make light of this. What would you do?
Yeah, for sure.
It's like, it's not that serious. I mean, he knows what you look like.
Right.
I wouldn't tell your boyfriend. I don't
no,
think you need
of course
to.
not.
If I were you, I would be not snapping myself nude.
I feel the exact same way. That was what I was going to say.
Because people can screenshot that. Why not just take a picture of yourself nude and text it directly to your boyfriend? Why go through a third-party app?
I also don't agree with that.
I don't agree with it either, but like, why are people going through a third-party app where any hacker or person who works at Snapchat or anyone cannot just have access to it, but then have ownership? When you post things to Facebook, Facebook owns that photo.
Right.
Why would you upload a photo of your naked body for someone else to own?
I mean, she sounds young, so she probably doesn't think of those things.
I know. The kids are snapping, and I don't think it's right.
And that's why my advice, like I said, as an older, more mature woman, is to not send naked shit of yourself to anyone ever. Just don't.
Like, honestly,
don't even keep it on your phone.
No,
like,
do not keep it on your phone.
There's no one who's the right answer to say. I have to say, I have violated my own promise to myself to never take a nude photo, only to give it to someone that I thought that I was going to be with forever, only to not be with that person forever.
What I'm saying.
And you never know.
Look at Kim.
You never
Look
know.
at Paris. Look at all these people who film themselves fucking a guy. And then it ended up not being Prince Charming. Shocker.
And I can politely ask until I'm blue in the face for everything to be deleted forever. But
and they ain't going to delete it, honey. I'll tell you that.
People are lying about herpes. Of course they got your nudes saved.
Of course they have them saved. Just don't do it. I understand the allure, but just don't.
But I mean, she already did it, so.
Right.
Yeah.
But no more, honey.
I know, but that's as a general. I mean, not just to her, but to everyone out there. I really don't think that you need to be taking nude photos. I don't get it. See each other in person.
If you look really good and you want to celebrate it, like, I get that. But just know that if there's a copy of it, it might get seen.
Yeah.
That's all. If you're fine with people looking at your twat, send it out.
The best way to not have people see your nude photos is to.
Right. I'm all about it if you look hot. You
know,
like you be doing Pilates. Oh my God. I do this yoga on YouTube and she's so badass.
Yeah.
And it's like, my butt looking good. I want to like kind of, commemorate the moment. But if that goes into my cloud, guess who sees it? Every Mac store employee. Every time I take my shit in.
That's the truth.
The guy at T-Mobile will see that shit. Yeah. So just know that if you take your shit, people are going to see it.
NSA people who are watching our shit.
If you wouldn't take that picture down to Walgreens and have it developed by a human being, then you probably shouldn't be taking it.
Oh my God, Malls. So one time I submitted myself to go to the Playboy Mansion, and to do that you have to take like sexy photos of yourself in swimsuits, and I had to go to Walgreens and get them like developed. And when I was there, he was like waiting for me, and the guy's like, "Hey, you look good. I saw your pics. You look good." It was like the most humiliating moment of my life because I was like trying to be sexy, like I was standing in a hot tub like pushing my boobs together. It was really embarrassing.
Oh, man.
Yeah. But I got in.
Yeah, you girl. Did. Yeah.
Girl. I've sat in the grotto, bitches.
Me too. It's that
right.
water feels really filthy.
Yeah. It smells like bleach.
It does. It smells like bleach.
They really chlorinate.
And it's also smoother than average water,
yes.
which is weird. When you're like, this is extra silky water. Like what?
Because it's chemicals. They have to kill all that semen. So
and
really,
it's like just years of like sunscreen and people covered in oil going in that pool.
Lube and lewds.
Yeah.
Both. Imagine all the lewds that were dropped in that grotto.
I mean, the fact that Hef gave, like, I think offered one to Holly when she moved in. To have a Quaalude kicking around that's 30 plus years old is pretty wild.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they don't make those anymore. They
have to somewhere, right?
I mean,
they don't make
in
them
TJ,
anymore.
they don't?
Here's the thing, is that there's probably a version of something that feels very much the same that's out there that's
my parents.
But it's not legal.
My
Jackie,
parents
I think we
met.
got to take a road trip to TJ together.
I've been.
I would love to.
I went a few months ago. I got an Airbnb.
I'm gonna like Jennifer.
Yeah,
I'm gonna Jennifer Aniston and cake that shit, and I'm gonna bring a little statue and fill it up with
my
Vicodin
dog
and drive it
everything.
back.
It was fun. She went over the border. I had paperwork for her. My parents met at a party, passing Quaaludes to each other.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, that's cute.
My dad was like,
And
"Oh
that
my
didn't work
God,
out?
you've got the whatever ones." And my mom's like, "Oh yeah, I do." And they like
Black
bonded
beauties.
over their drugs.
I love that.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that didn't work out in the long
Right.
run. No, but they do. They have the most beautiful daughters. Both animal lovers, vegetarians and vegans, all sorts of things.
They are beside themselves about that, by the way.
Your parents are?
Yeah.
Why? Because they love meat?
Yeah. Which makes no sense because they both have like pets, but whatever.
It's weird, that duality of people who are such animal lovers, but like full blown.
It makes no sense to me.
Right.
Like, oh my God, my dog doesn't feel well. I have to get it to the vet. Chomp, 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 chomp on this dead little cow. Nah, nah, nah. It's like, what about that cow? He didn't even have a life.
Right. And look, here's the thing. I'm very well aware of my hypocrisy.
It makes
I feel
no
like
sense
that's the
to
thing
me.
that gives me the edge, is that I'm at least aware of it. I don't think most people are aware.
It's so weird to me.
Yeah. No, it's true. Well, I think that people don't. You said something very interesting that I actually was thinking about yesterday, which is you were showing me a picture of a cow and you were saying cows are like dogs. And I don't think most people think
pigs
like
are
that.
Dogs too.
And pigs are very sophisticated and smart. And I actually remember we had pigs when I lived in Italy, and I remember how sad they would get when we had to when we had to kill one for food. And they would all get really sad. And they're smart. They're smart. So when you think about it like that, like, oh, like a cow is a dog, I think everyone would start thinking about it a lot differently.
Yeah, they're dogs.
People just assume that they're brainless.
No, they're so sweet.
Yeah.
There's so many videos. Oh, I showed you that one.
Yeah, cows have eyelashes too.
Yeah.
Next call.
Hey, Moss. This is Emily calling from Atlanta, 29, female. Calling because I've been listening to your pod for a while, and I love it. And your advice caused me to make some really great changes to a couple of friendships, one in particular that I needed to drop altogether, and it was about 10 years coming. So, since then, I have felt a huge weight off of my chest, and it's been great until last night when I had this crazy fucking dream. In this dream, in all of these anxiety-ridden, diverse circumstances, started dropping my pants and shitting on the floor. And while I'm doing it in this dream, I'm like, guys, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm so embarrassed. And I was like trying to hide it, but it kept coming up over and over in the dream. And I thought of you because I thought that sounded like a dream you might like to decode. And since your advice was what spurred me toward this, dropping this friendship, which was at the center point of the dream. I guess that's key information I forgot. I thought I would call. So if you have any thoughts on this dream and what it might mean, I would love to hear them.
I actually thought about calling up Kelly Oxford to see if she would come on to do this call, because I have to say, I'm not really that great at dream decoding. When I think I am, but then it always turns out that I'm wrong. I would guess shitting means something about like a lack of control, like
shedding something,
or just
I
like
have a dream that I can't find a bathroom and I always have to like shit in a sink, and
that's
then
like
people
a real
walk by.
thing for you, though.
But I read it was a lack of privacy. You feel like you can't get privacy in your life.
You're actually on the right trail because I looked this up.
Excellent.
So basically, going in the bathroom, if you have dreams about going in the bathroom in front of people and a crowd of people are watching you, it signifies your frustrations about getting enough privacy.
Yeah, that's what mine is.
So you're always putting others ahead of your own needs, and as a result, you're lacking a sense of personal space. Alternatively, the dream indicates that you are having difficulties of letting go of old emotions. You're afraid that if you reveal these things, then others around you will judge you and criticize you. If you are dreaming that you're in a bathroom meant for the opposite sex, then it suggests that you're overstepping your boundaries and you have crossed the line in some situation. So
that's really, really interesting. I mean, I think that makes a lot of sense about the friendship situation that you were just describing, but I think that's also like a cross to bear that a lot of us have. I think that's really interesting that it manifests that way in dreams. I once did mushrooms and thought I was peeing myself all night, but that's different.
I have had to cut people out of my life, as you know. I used to have a very insane friend, like a single white female kind of friend, and I still have anxiety dreams about her sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
They've gotten less frequent.
But when you go through something like that, by the way, I have a situation with a former workplace that I wake up still having like sweat, like night sweats, just like bad. Like that's a trauma. And like those human relationships, I think what you went through, that was definitely a trauma. I mean, that girl was sociopathic. Like some of the stuff that you dealt with was crazy, and I think you were like gaslit for a while too. Like it felt like you were like,
oh yeah, like cutting herself with my grandma's wine glass that she smashed. Yeah, that was fun.
Crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I'm telling you, girl, it was bleak. And I still have anxiety dreams about her.
Yeah.
And I have the dream where I can't find a bathroom all the time.
Yeah.
And I end up finally finding one and like 20 people are watching me.
It's so interesting.
Yeah, but
I don't crave privacy, I don't think, which is weird. But I don't think my subconscious craves privacy in any way.
I'm the opposite of that.
Oh, I'm sure. Do you shit yourself everywhere you go in dreams? Are you shitting yourself right now in your dreams?
I never had a dream that I shit myself, though.
I mean, it seems wild to me. I don't think I've ever had any sort of bodily function in a dream.
But I have a problem with like scatological anything. Like I don't like scatological humor.
I don't. Yeah.
I'm not. Again, I'm really comfortable talking about all that because of my illness.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, let's take another call.
Hey, Moz, this is Miranda. I live in Charleston. I was just calling to say I definitely thought you were tripping hard talking about the trans storyline on PLL, but you fucking nailed it, girl. So good for you. If you want to discuss anything Southern Charm related, like how I found Whitney's mom's house and creep past it sometime, call me back.
Hey, Malls. This is Madeline from Florida, and I don't have a question, or rather, I don't need advice this week, but I need to get your thoughts on that effing train wreck that was the Pretty Little Liars finale. I listened to your Pretty Little mini app the night before the finale came out, and so yeah, I really hope on the next pod you take a good 7 minutes out to talk about that. Keep doing what you do. Bye.
Okay, so as you guys know, I'm obsessed with Pretty Little Liars. If you heard the mini app, you know that the finale of 6A was coming up, and that was the big A reveal. That's where we were going to learn who A is, this person who's been torturing the girls.
I know A.
Spoiler alert. And somebody complained that they are just binge watching, and they're like, how about a spoiler alert? And I'm like, it's been 4 years.
Also, like, go fuck yourself. Like, I don't do that. Like, sorry, if you can't move about the earth without figuring shit out, you're never going to be able to live life.
And if your life is ruined by a Pretty Little Liars spoiler, you need to reevaluate your life.
I mean, I here's the thing. I probably would be pretty pissed, but I also do. I have absolutely no right to think that the universe will not tell me the end of a series.
Yeah, if you are worried about spoilers, then you have to be on point with the show. Like,
exactly.
You have to keep up with one. If you don't, it's gonna happen. It's just, unfortunately, that's part of our culture now.
I could go on and on about people who like are spoiler babies.
Spoilers. Like, shut up.
So loser. We're not allowed to talk. Like, this entire group of people is not allowed to talk about a television show because you haven't watched it. Like,
that's crazy.
It's insane.
I'm really sensitive to spoiler culture. I'm the opposite of both of you. But anyway, just give a warning and they can listen and speed up a few minutes.
So anyway, spoiler alert. The reveal of A was something that I had been theorizing on for a while. So Cece was assigned male at birth. She was born as Charles and then transitioned to Charlotte when she turned 16. And then the grave in the backyard, I was right, was a metaphor for her male gender. For some reason, I did not put together, though, that Cece was the person that had done the transformation. That first, I don't know why it didn't occur. I mean, I think that what I said on the podcast is true, which is that I couldn't imagine that a showrunner going to a young female actress and saying, you've actually had a penis this whole time. I was surprised that they would do that. I don't know. I don't believe she was cast with that role in mind, with that storyline in mind, though, which is another interesting kind of thing that, I heard that they were going with another person as A, and then Marlene came in and pitched this storyline. So here's my thought on it. There's no way that what was going to come out of a finale of this size was going to be satisfactory for everybody or anybody, to be honest. I knew I was going to be disappointed. There's just no way that after 6 years, there's not going to be plot holes. There's not going to be some sort of disappointment or something that you wish it could have been, or, oh, that would have been better if they did this. Or, I mean, honestly, we don't know. There's another year and a half of this series. Where they're going next is more interesting to me than who is A been this whole time. I am really excited about the time jump. I am a little bit concerned because people are saying that it's like Pretty Little Liars meet Sex in the City. So I am a little bit worried about it tonally focusing more on the relationships, because I always really like that they've just been strong girls that kind of like think of their boyfriends almost last. Yeah. They're more concerned with like friendship and family. I heard that a lot of trans women are very upset about this story because they feel that what Marlene says is that the real villain of the story is not Cece, or who was once Charles, but Ken De Laurentiis, because he sent young Charles to Radley and institutionalized him because he showed signs of wanting to be a woman or wanting to be a girl. That's what they say. I do think that it came off like a transgender person was very mentally ill, like that, because basically Cece's defense was like, but I didn't kill anyone, or like, I only kind of hurt them, or like I felt like I had to do it, or like I just did it because I love you so much, Allie. Like, that to me did not explain away years and years of this person torturing these 4 girls. I also didn't really understand, like, Cece's whole reason for becoming A was apparently because she was so angry with the fact that the girls seemed relieved that Allison was gone. But I don't understand the years and years of torturing them over that. I don't. And why she continued the game. Because, I mean, she said she was, like, addicted to the game. But that, to me, makes it sound like she's crazy. So, to me, I don't know. I just think that that's the part that's really difficult to balance, is that they took something that, when they pitched it, they could not have known that this issue was going to come to a head the way that it has. This storyline has been in the works for 3 years. We didn't even know Caitlyn Jenner was Caitlyn Jenner until 6 months ago. So while this has been a subject that our society has been like talking about out of the sides of their mouth for a really long time, it's only very recently that everyone is talking about the transgender issue. And the fact that this dropped in the middle of all of it was like, is not helpful to, I think, the cause, and it's not helpful to people understanding. I mean, I think that people have a hard time shit talking and ending like this at the same time because people are afraid that they're going to sound like they're talking about trans people and not the fact that it was kind of a disappointing villain reveal and there was a lot of plot holes. Yeah. But again, I don't know. I choose to just, I wish that the finale had been 2 hours. I wish that we had gotten the reveal in the second to last episode, and then the last episode would be all the exposition about what really happened. I felt like we really only spent like 30 minutes learning why this person has been torturing them for the last several years. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, look, I am a Pretty Little Liars ride or die. I fucking love the show. I still love the show. I'm not gonna, they haven't lost a viewer. Like, I don't have that attitude about it. I thought that the Bros Watch PLL2 podcast did a roundtable with two people. I think Jacob Clifton and Heather Hogan are their names. They are Pretty Little Liars recappers, and they talk a lot about, how they feel about this show. And I think that the overwhelming takeaway for everyone is that it's a scripted television series. Like, you have to have a resilient spirit with this sort of thing because they're always going to disappoint you.
The one thing that did bother me was that, like, she was like, we came up with this villain at season 3, and it was like, for something as big and an explorative as this should have been planned since season 1.
It should have been planned since the pitch, the network pitch of the show.
Well, here's the thing: they couldn't have possibly known. They couldn't have possibly known that this show was going to be as successful as it was.
That's true. But I mean, like, I feel like in the day of age, like, serial television is huge. And, Breaking Bad was able to plan out their 5-year plan.
But here's the thing. Something like that has a 5-year plan and that's pitched to a T with an end goal in mind. Everyone knows that the last scene of that show was going to be Walter White dying. Everyone knew. Because from the moment we met Walter White, his issue was that he was going to die. Yeah. So that there was no other way that series was going to end. I think that with something like this, they have both the impossible task of stretching a mystery out for 3 years and trying to keep all of it together at the same time. And that is a really difficult thing to balance, especially when you think about the fact that they really do need to stuff the episodes with red herrings. I mean, the fact that we've actually seen Cece as A in her black hoodie on screen before the finale, and that no one put that together, like it wasn't a more widely assumed thing, really speaks to how well this show has done. Like, I mean, when there really was only 2 or 3 possible suspects at the end of this, the fact that it was so few people guessed that this could have been the way that the story went really does. It's a testament to the writers, I think.
Hey, babe, it's Jackson. I'm just calling because it's like 4 in the morning, but I just wanted to leave a fun little message. So I have a little predicament. Yes, it is a straight boy problem, but it's not what you think. So what it is one of my friends is, my group of friends thinks he's an alcoholic. I think he's an alcoholic. He's been hospitalized for being on, Xanax, which I didn't know that was a thing. But anyway, so this guy, he's young. He's 23. He's troubled. And he has a history of drug abuse, alcohol abuse, whatever. And his dog just died, and it was really, really sad. And so he hit me up on Facebook, and he was like, "Yo, man, I'm trying to mourn my dog. I'm really, really sad. Do you have any alcohol I can have?" And so, of course, I'm like, I never don't have alcohol on me, so I'm like, okay, yeah, I do have some beer on me. So then he drove over to my house, and then I gave him a couple beers, and then he went home, and I felt really guilty because I was like, oh, am I an enabler? So do you think that that's how I should have handled the situation? Do you think I'm an enabler? Do you think, how would you have handled that situation? Also, FYI, this guy, I was cruising this website, and he's emotionally unstable. He gets naked for a couple dollars, and that's his journey. And I'm concerned about him because he is my friend, but also he's this fun cam boy, and also he's an alcoholic. He's just a wreck. All right, girl. So sorry, this is such a sloppy situation, but yeah, I mean, we all need to know, right?
I mean, I don't think I would have done anything differently in your situation. I personally think that if someone is in a self-destruct mode like that, you giving them or not giving them the beers is not going to make a difference. I think that it was probably, I mean, if this guy's already in a place in his life where he is selling videos or whatever of himself to make cash, you probably saved him from sucking a dick for beer money. So there's that. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. I'm really torn about it. What do you think?
I'm more sad about the dog.
I am too.
Did the dog really die, or was that just a lie to get more
Well,
booze?
I just went to a place of why, if this guy can't even afford to buy himself a couple beers, how did he afford a dog?
Can he buy himself beers and he was just trying to get some for free?
It sounds like Jackson said he has done some video online stuff to get money. So I think he's 23.
Oh, shit's bleak,
and
girl.
I mean, we've known guys like this,
yeah.
23 years old, partied the fuck out, broke, don't know how to pull themselves out of it. I mean, the substance abuse stuff definitely hurts. This is not a person that I would ever give money to, hun. I don't think you did anything wrong by giving them the beers. I really don't. I think that this person is someone that's going to drink whether you're giving him the beers or not. I agree. But I would not give this person money ever. I wouldn't ever count on this person. I think that what the place I would get to is not, should I give this person alcohol? It's, can I be friends with this person and feel okay about myself for not helping them? And if you get to that point, then I would say, look, dude, I love you. I can't watch you hurt yourself anymore, and I want to be here for you. But if this is the way that you're going to go about things, then, I need to step back from you. I think that's fair.
Yeah, for sure. It's hard to be friends with an addict.
It really, because they'll never prioritize you.
Right.
Their priority
they're very selfish.
Is right, and it's because it's because they have a disease. It's like that they will, beg, borrow, and steal to keep afloat.
Have your friend be like, hey, come over for Netflix and chill, and then put on Flight, that Denzel Washington movie. Mm-hmm. That shit fucked me up real bad.
Or Cake starring Jennifer Aniston, a movie about how I'm going to get pills in Mexico.
I need to watch that. I that's on HBO Go now, I think, and I saw it the other day.
I think it's on Netflix too.
On Netflix, then.
That's what Cake is about, right?
I don't know. I've never
pills
seen
in
it.
Mexico. Oh, okay.
You've seen it?
Yeah, I saw it.
Do you recommend?
It's about how she manages. She's someone in pain, but she's also
Does she show her tits in it?
Itches so bad. I don't remember if she shows her tits.
She has never shown her tits, and I find that really commendable. I'm never going to show mine.
I think Aniston's shown them titties.
She's shown side boob and that GQ cover where she looked mad hot. Her body is so good.
There was a scene that leaked, an outtake that leaked of her being naked in a movie with Vince Vaughn.
Oh, that scene in The Breakup where she walks out naked. But that had to be body doubles. Everybody gets body doubles that doesn't want to show their body.
It was leaked of her. Yeah.
You could see her boobs. I got to find that. her body is amazing. Like that girl she's A-list. I mean, when you're A-list,
but I mean, like she probably doesn't eat anything delicious. You know what I mean?
She does.
Her wedding looked so fun.
She does a lot of yoga. Like I read an article about how she like sobs in yoga sometimes because she breaks down so much in it. That is not. Let me see that.
She's on the beach eating a Cliff
that
bar
right
with
now.
her tit out.
That is not real. Let me see that. That's not Jennifer Aniston.
Just like Christina Lopez. Yeah, that is her.
If that's her breasts are gorgeous. Those are ideal breasts.
I mean, there's no way that she has gross boobs. Like it's Jennifer Aniston. That's definitely her, right?
She doesn't have giant boobs, but she has boobs. You know how like most actresses are flat chested? She has like a little handful. Like a good handful.
Yeah, she's like a solid B.
Yeah, that's what I am. All about that B cup girl.
There's lots of pictures of her photoshopped. Her head photoshopped.
Of course, everybody wants to see.
Yeah, everyone's loving this.
It's
Jenna
so
Aniston
interesting. It's such an
moment.
interesting move. Like when actresses decide to show their tits. Like Reese went her whole career and then just did it for that Wild movie. I'm like, after 3 kids, you decide to show your tits.
That scene, those scenes,
and it was also pointless. You know, that movie didn't need to show her titties.
What happened in the movie that she showed her titties?
In Wild?
Yeah.
Well, spoiler alert. Wild. She like hooks up with these dudes. She's in the shower.
Her mom dies. It happens several times.
Yeah.
Like, her mom dies and she just kind of goes off the rails and starts like fucking randos. Like she fucks two.
Is
she's
it
a waitress.
powerful?
You know she caught HPV because like I said, wrap it up.
She was a waitress and she like fucks 2 dudes in an alley back to back, and then she's just like fucking a random dude.
But then there's like a scene where she's like crying in the shower.
Yeah.
Again, all of it could have been done without the tits. But she showed them. They look great.
They did.
But why now? Why didn't she get topless in Cruel Intentions? You know what I mean? Like, why now? Why titty now?
I don't know.
But then, like,
Because
Anne Hathaway
also,
showed them really early.
You know what it is? Sometimes, you just get more comfortable with your body as you get older.
That's true. Like Sarah Silverman, she's getting naked in everything now.
She is?
She
Masters?
She got naked in Masters. She got naked in some movie. Who's she in the shower with? Some big actress as well. And they're in the shower and they both have big old bushes. And they both look fantastic. Sarah Silverman is like aging backwards. She looks phenomenal.
She looks great.
And I'm like, you've never looked better, girl. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Whatever she's doing, girl, you're killing it.
Proud of you, girl.
Some people really flourish in their 40s. My mom said she looked her best in her 40s. And I'm hoping that happens to me.
I think it will.
I want that to happen to me so bad.
Thank you, because I'm like really feeling the age. Like it stresses me out all the time.
I don't think anyone I know who thinks they've peaked has actually peaked. You know?
I think I've peaked for sure.
I know you think that, but I don't think you have yet. I
was just so hot when I was like 23. Like my skin was so supple and clear and like my hair was thicker and like I was just perfect. And all of that is going now.
I don't think so. Going. I think you look the best you've ever looked.
Well,
I think you figured out your hair.
I feel better about who I am than I did then. I feel like I was a shittier person. But physically, I looked way better.
I don't think I've ever known you to be a shitty person.
Well, yeah, but when you're like 23 and insecure and like drinking a lot and just like, not doing too hot.
I mean, honestly, half the people who call here, I'm just like, oh, you don't even know how like not bad life is yet. You just think life is too like.
Oh, for sure.
Well, I mean, like that's the whole thing about like, remember you being in high school and being so stressed out about like.
I thought my life was over. I was like, I cannot believe my 6-disc changer in my Sebring convertible is broken and my dad hasn't fixed it yet. Meanwhile, 9/11 was happening. Yeah. I'm not even kidding. I remember bitching to my dad about my CD player. And he goes, honey, 9/11 happened yesterday, right? I'm like, I need my fucking Coldplay CD.
I think one of the biggest lessons I've learned in my late 20s is that I wasted so much time worrying about things that never happened.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. Oh, the worrying the amount of time and energy I have blown on unnecessary worry, like, really horrifies me.
And, like, shooting shade to people. I feel like you manifest that dirty energy into you poison yourself instead of just being like, you know what? God bless you. Do you, honey. I'll do me. If you just like dwell on someone else's, the
only times I've ever been vengeful, I've had damage on my soul.
Oh yeah, you got to release it, and that's something that comes with age, like a fine Chianti.
Yeah,
Girl,
can we play Do You Fear That?
I would love to do that.
Okay, I added a brand new one.
I can't wait. I've heard so many people play this.
Being naked in front of someone who's angry with you.
I hate being naked in front of anyone.
Deep space.
Yes.
Fire.
Yes.
Food in countries you've never been to.
Yes.
The dark.
Yes.
Unexpectedly seeing a naked adult.
Nah.
Clowns.
Nah.
Sleeping alone.
Oh, no way.
Good.
I love being by myself.
So you don't want to be naked in front of people, but you don't mind seeing naked people in front of you.
Yeah, I guess.
Lights on or lights off?
Oh, both, honey. You gotta switch it up.
See, here's the thing. I do not understand how few people are afraid of seeing a random naked adult.
I've seen so many random naked adults. Like,
That's
have you ever
my
been at the
thing,
gym
too.
and like the lady walks out and she's just
It's
like
always an
la
older
da
woman.
da
That
her
upsets me
bush
every single time.
I mean, it doesn't. I'm not happy with it, but like I commend people that are so comfortable with themselves because I'm so not comfortable with myself.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I shower with clothes on.
I've never
I don't
seen
let
a bald
anybody.
vag at the gym.
I haven't either.
I think I just realized that all the bald vag chicks go in the other room.
I think baldness is coming out, isn't it? It's kind of on the way out.
Yeah.
We're going back into the Bush kind of era.
I think so.
The Bush administration.
The Bush administration, girl.
Administration's coming back.
Jeb Bush, hon.
I feel bad for girls that lasered off their shit because I'm like, honey, you're gonna look ridiculous someday.
It grows back.
And also, those girls were probably girls who hated body hair, having that body hair anyway.
To be honest, I would love to be a seal. I would love to
want
have
my
zero
pits
hair.
lasered.
To be honest, I would love to be a seal. Getting caught talking to yourself in the car.
All the time. I don't care.
Little person porn.
I don't care.
Germs.
I don't care.
Saying a new word out loud for the first time.
Oh my God. I just did it the other day and embarrassed myself.
It's
humiliating.
Really,
what was the word?
Posthumous.
Oh.
But I said posthumous. I don't remember.
Oh,
That's common.
It's
posthumously.
embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
Saying a word out loud for the new the idea that you might be the only person in your friend group who doesn't understand the movie you just saw.
That happens to me constantly. I mean, it really happens to me. So no, I'm not
Do
scared
you
of it.
feel like a bonehead when that happens?
Yeah.
But like, has anyone ever been mean to you about it?
Oh yeah.
Like who?
I
like
mean-
what? Like what movie have you seen that you like didn't really get the takeaway?
I saw Napoleon Dynamite in college.
Yeah.
And all my friends were like talking it up like it was the second coming of Christ. And so I went and saw it and they were laughing as the lights went out. Like they were like, this is so good. I didn't laugh once. The whole movie. The tone of it just, it didn't settle with me. And then they like looked at me like I was some kind of fucking asshole. Like I'm this unevolved comedian because I
Right.
didn't fucking think it was hilarious. You know what I mean? And they were like, looking at me like, oh, do you not like have a good sense of humor? Like you don't understand? And I'm like, I thought it was dumb.
Right.
Napoleon Dynamite was the type of movie that I like pretended to think was hilarious.
You see? See what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though I was just like, it's not
Hashtag
that
growing
funny.
up autistic. Well, I spent like 2 hours in the hashtag growing up autistic hashtag the other day. And one of the things that I found to be the biggest thing that shocked me was how many people said that they fake understanding movies and emotions.
Wow. I don't do that anymore. I just privately talk to my boyfriend afterwards and he explains. I feel like if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't understand anything.
Oh, I understood it. I just didn't think it was funny.
Oh, I didn't either.
Yeah.
The tone is just
But
not
I
my
pretended
jam.
to think it was.
Oh, see, I didn't. I ain't no fake.
Yeah. Well, I was like 17.
I get it. We want to fit in. Yeah.
First dates,
No.
finding it that you've been suffering from a severe mental illness your entire life.
It would blow my whole mind.
I'd love it.
It would be like Ask Alice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like shit, man.
Watching mold grow on nature shows.
No, I don't care about that.
What you'll see when you look in the mirror.
Oh God, I hate myself.
Do you ever just like, well, this is the best it's gonna be?
I looked at myself in the mirror last night and I almost cried. I was like, I look like a mom, a tired mom, and I don't have any kids.
You're adorable. I literally don't know what you're
I'm
talking
telling you,
about.
I'm having a major hard time with age. It's really hard. It's gonna be my demise.
Here's the thing.
I'm gonna be
I
the cat
don't
lady. I'm gonna get so much filler that I look insane.
You look
Look.
great, Jackie.
Jackie,
I'm sitting on my hands. I'm not getting filler. I'm not.
I said
because
this
I'm
last
gonna
time
start.
you were here. Do not become one of those weird actresses.
I'm
that
telling you,
cares.
I know that I'm like Allison Janney. Like when I turn 40, shit's gonna
Yeah.
skyrocket for me. I know it. I just have to be poor for 10 more years, and that's a long time to be poor. I really want to have a baby, but I'm just gotta sit. I gotta wait until I mature into my voice.
Right.
Because once I look 40, I'm gonna fucking kill it.
I would
honey.
love for you to have an Alice and Janney moment.
No, I mean, that's what's going to happen. When I turn 40, I'm going to book the biggest fucking show that's ever happened. And I'm going to be the biggest, richest star. But I just have to wait for 10 years and have like one-line parts on Comedy Central shows for the rest of my
Or
life.
like towards the end of that, you'll have a memorable cameo, and that will launch your career.
Yes, but I'm just tired of waiting. That's all.
Lena Dunham's success.
I'm fine with it. There's room for all of us.
Dancing in public.
Love it.
Singing in public.
Love it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Jackie, you're in a band.
Yeah, I am.
How's it going?
It's going pretty well. We just finalized our set list.
What's you guys' name again?
Punk Rock Barbie.
Okay, and you are...
We're a pop punk cover band.
And you're the lead singer.
I'm the lead singer, yeah.
And it's a bunch of like middle-aged guys.
Yeah.
I love that.
Everyone's like 45 plus.
That's amazing.
And then I'm my age.
That's amazing.
24.
I can't wait to come see your first gig. Missing out on events/parties.
I'm over that.
Having to go to events/parties.
I get anxiety about it, yeah, sometimes.
That you're a fraud.
All the time.
That no one would ever romantically love you if your face got burned off with acid.
Oh, yeah.
Mispronouncing someone's name every time you see them and never being corrected.
Oh,
Spending a week in Times Square.
I feel like I could handle that.
Contracting an STD.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, terrified.
Terrified. Blindly reaching into a bag of jelly beans and putting one in your mouth without looking at it. Going through TSA.
Don't care.
Needles.
Don't care.
What's in tap water?
I've read a lot of fucked up articles, but whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not scared.
Spending a month or more with your family and only your family.
Yeah, the worst.
Sunday nights.
No, I like them. Good TV.
That you have bad body odor or breath and no one knows how to tell you.
Oh, God, constantly. Constantly.
You're very cleanly.
No, I'm not.
I always find that it's people who don't need to worry about that who say that they fear that question.
I talk all the time and I'm like, what if my breath smells? But I just feel like somebody would tell me by now. You know what I mean?
I just feel like I speak to very few people with really bad breath. So
it's always like old men.
Old men are just like a really unhygienic weirdo.
I know people with bad breath though. Like I've known them for years and they have it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I breathe really close to people when we do lashes. I do auditions where you like have to get really close to people's faces. And I'm always like, oh, well, I can't be scared.
I mean, you know, a lot of actors are like eating egg salad in their car and like having to change their shirt.
I usually gum up before just to be extra safe. But like ever since I went to natural deodorant, I just feel like I fucking reek all the time.
I never noticed. But I smell right now because I just got a spray tan and I'm like afraid to shower.
I kind of like spray tan smell.
I do too, but it's
like comforting to me.
But the way that you sweat with a spray tan is so distinctive.
It smells like a French fry fryer, like the McDonald's fryer.
Within 24 hours of ever getting a spray tan, you just smell like shit. Like you just smell so gross.
Yeah.
But I haven't showered yet because I really want this to stay.
It looks really good.
Thanks, girl. You were the one who inspired me. Your 4th of July tan was so great.
It just makes you feel better.
It does. Commitment.
Nope.
Becoming homeless.
No, I feel like my dad would never let that happen.
Change.
Nope.
Accidentally falling in love with a stripper or sex worker.
That'd be cool.
Vomiting.
Nah.
Bugs.
Oh, I hate bugs.
Being fisted.
I mean, I'd be down to try it, I guess. Not really scared of it. Whatever.
Really?
Despite your like apprehension towards
I just
butt
feel
stuff?
like, I mean, if we did it right, slow, grease up, I'd be down to just have that life experience. I'm not scared of that happening to me.
Right.
I respect that.
Yeah.
Unusually good looking people.
I mean, I would love to just stare at somebody really attractive.
The dentist.
No, I have no problems with that.
Death.
Yes, terrified. Absolutely fucking terrified. I think it happened when I saw the 6 Feet Under finale. That really sealed it for me.
I haven't seen it.
I never really feared death. No, I'm not. I never feared death until I watched that show.
Yeah.
Which
I heard it was really
one of the best shows that's ever been done.
Yeah.
If anyone out there's like bored AF and they're like, I'm looking for a new show to binge, highly recommend it. It's a big time commitment, but it's it's almost unfair to other shows because it's so well done.
Yeah.
Acting is superb. Direction is superb. It's a beautiful show. Morality and death and life and fucking, it really fucks you up.
I love that. Knowing what your hot dog is made of.
Non-applicable.
Crying in public.
Hashtag go veg. I do that all the time.
Being with a man who's crying in public.
Oh, that'd be so weird. But now I can handle it.
Being arrested for a murder you didn't commit.
Oh, that would be so terrible.
I know. Heights.
Nope.
The idea that your worst enemy might be correct and you are terrible.
Yeah.
Birds.
My number one biggest fear.
Really?
Yeah.
The people who fear birds really fucking fear birds. Why are they? Is it the flapping?
I think they're going to peck peck my eyes out. I think if they all decide as a bird society to like turn on us, they could completely destroy civilization. And you know when they have like huge groups of them?
Yeah.
Like a murder of crows?
Yeah.
Like in the Gelson's parking lot? I'm like, right now is the time.
Because
like,
they've got that herd mentality.
Any second now, they're going to come over and slowly peck each of us to death until we are gone.
Have you ever seen that the movie?
Yeah,
Birds?
and I think that's what stemmed my fear because I watched it very young. My mom is a hippie
That's
parent.
something that happened to me too. I was watching Stand By Me, and you know that I have that puking scene.
Yeah,
that's scarred me for life.
And you hate puking. I'm really comfortable puking. I was in a sorority.
I love it.
We used to like help each other puke.
Really?
Yeah, like if I'm sorry, I don't want to make her.
But like casual bulimia or like from drinking?
From drinking. Like girl rally, we got to get to this next party. I got to throw up. I'll
Boot
do it
and
for
rally
you.
was the best, dude. When you
Puke
just
and
like,
rally.
you just had a little bit too much fun and you got to dial it back. So you just puke.
But they also had to like
drinking.
change the plumbing of this one sorority house every year because of the vomit.
Stop.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. I knew this one girl who would like do a bunch of coke and throw up in the shower, but like she did it because she thought nobody could tell she was vomiting, but we could all tell.
Yeah.
I think she's
getting
like an elementary school teacher now.
Getting on the show. That's what we were talking about, literally. Like, Sunny, his girlfriend's a special needs teacher, and I partied so hard with her. And I was saying, it's just like given me a whole new perspective on what my teachers must have been like in their free time. Because all the teachers I know are party animals.
The wildest girls I've ever met are all elementary school teachers now.
Yeah.
So sip on that.
Sip on that.
Sip on that, girl.
All right,
we didn't even talk about Shia's tattoos.
Oh, wait. Oh, okay. So wait, yeah, we'll finish with Shia's tattoos.
A lot of shit has gone down with him right now, and I'm not off team Shia, but I'm just kind of, my pussy's drying up.
Right.
The pussy's drying up a little bit for him. There was this crazy thing in Germany where he like got in a fight with his girlfriend, and all these like German people filmed it and all this shit. While he was doing that, he was FaceTiming Megan Fox, like trying to FaceTime Megan Fox, and they filmed him doing it. And for me, I was like, he's just showing off that he knows Megan Fox to these German guys.
Right.
But now there's like all this controversy that like she's getting a divorce because of Shia, because they're like really in love with each other.
Oh, they're getting a divorce?
Yeah, they're getting a divorce, which bums me out because they have 2 kids. You know,
yeah.
I hate that. They've been together for a long time. But there's all these rumors that like Shia and her are going to hook up. And I'm like, I can't compete with Megan Fox.
I have to tell you something.
She's the hottest woman in the world.
I was driving over here today thinking about how you told me about the Shia and his girlfriend fighting thing.
Yeah.
And I realized that I am so... like, I so only know this Shia saga through your POV that I legitimately didn't. I saw him having a girlfriend as an obstacle and was like, oh, Jackie's further from dating him than I thought. Like, he has a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like, I really, in my mind, like, we were like 30 minutes away from you leaving Adam to be with Shia LaBeouf.
Well, I mean, if the opportunity presented itself, I feel like if you love them, let them go. I feel like Adam would be like, you need to explore
You've
this.
said this. You've said, yeah. And I actually, Adam is a sweetheart, and I think you're right. I think he'd recognize that you were,
but I don't
had
know
an opportunity
now.
to explore your passion.
So the tattoo thing. So he was spotted the other day with this new girl, and part of me is like, I know that she's just like, he's doing this on purpose so that his girlfriend sees him and like gets mad. This new girl, and he's wearing these cutoff shorts, and he got like strips of cartoons drawn on his knees, and one of them is of Tupac. And I'm like, how can you fuck a guy with a Tupac cartoon on his knee? You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah,
I'm all about the tatted up look, but like bit tattoos.
He thinks he's too.
That's what I'm saying.
He thinks he's more interesting than he is.
It's a little too tedious for me.
That's what that is. That's someone who thinks that they're really special because that's what the art
that's
thing is.
That's gonna be there your whole life. Like
he was caught fat Jewing it up with his little plagiarism scandal.
I'm just, part of me is like, my friends have all been like, Jackie, he's too tedious for you, and I'm always like, no, I can handle it. I'm a real woman. I think you'll step up for me.
Yeah.
But now I'm thinking, I don't know if I can go down that road. Like, how am I going to be like, have you met my husband, Shia? He has cartoon Tupac on his knee.
Yeah.
I can't raise a family with someone with like a Tupac cartoon on them.
I mean, it's just
not
like
what
he
I'm
thinks
about.
it, like, it's that mentality of like kids that are getting tattoos of memes. That's just like,
I just wish I could shake them because I have a tramp stamp and I got it in 2003. And I was like, I'm so cool right now. And my mom said, you're going to regret that when you're 30. And guess what? She was right.
What is it of?
A star. But it doesn't matter. It's like the placement of it. It was like, I thought I was cool, and it was cool at the time. But like these trendy tattoos tattoos are not cool 10 years later. And I'm telling you, every kid out there right now that's thinking about getting a tattoo, like really think about it. Like write it down, put it in a drawer. A year later, open the drawer and be like, do I still want this? You will not.
I waited 3 years to get my dog.
Yeah.
And I grew up doing line drawings and loving Picasso. And so, I mean, it made sense to get this.
But for me, you got it in such a classic place. Like, if it's more about the placement. Like, everyone got the tramp stamp in 2003. Everyone got the tribal armband in the 90s.
Yeah.
So when you see somebody with that, you're like, oh, you're 45.
Right.
My tramp stamp, they're like, oh, you're in your 30s.
Right.
Like, just don't get it in a trendy spot. Get a beautiful piece of art that every time you look at it makes you think of something beautiful. And don't get it somewhere trendy. Don't get fucking
And by
finger
the
tattoos.
way, very few people have a relationship with the following: butterflies, stars, fairies, hearts.
I
bears.
just picked mine off the wall. I
Yeah.
just go, that one.
Yeah.
I mean, but in the same time, don't get Tupac. Don't
But
get a
what
cartoon
does everyone
Tupac.
think their relationship with fairies is? Like, why are
Right.
there so many girls running around with fairies tattooed on them? They don't like fairies. They don't live a fairy life.
Yeah, I mean, fairies are cute, you know.
I love fairies. I'm Tinkerbell, the jealous. I've always been the jealous fairy.
Right.
But
But you ain't gonna get Tinkerbell drawn on your calf.
when I was 18 years old, I would have. Like, I actually thought about getting
Fairy
a Tinkerbell.
was on my list because that's where Britney Spears' tramp stamp is a fairy.
Yep, her tramp stamp is a fairy.
I swear to God, I was like, if Britney got one, I'll get one.
She
that
and
was
Kevin
literally what I
Federline-
said to myself.
What I was gonna say. She and Kevin Federline got matching dye on their wrists.
Don't get tattoos. That's my.
Like, what does dice mean to you? Like, what? Like,
It makes me
why
think
the
of gambling, like a casino.
Right. It makes me think of like, is this like a statement about fate or like what? Like what? I just,
Like roll the dice.
I could never
see where life takes you, girl.
Yes, it's that whole also that like Sailor Jerry world. I don't ever want to see the same that everyone wears
pin-up shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just spare me. All right, you guys, that was episode 57. Please advise. Christina Lopez, thank you so much for holding it down as always.
Let's talk about dental dams after this.
Okay.
Yeah, dental dam it up. You guys, 323-450-7408. Email us, askpleaseadvise@gmail.com. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We have all those groups and stuff there. We're inside SoundCloud.com/pleaseadvise. We are also on iTunes. Guys, please subscribe to us on iTunes, even if you don't listen to us on there, or your favorite podcatcher, whatever that may be. Are we on like Stitcher and shit? I wonder, what was that pod app you looked up this week and we were on the front page?
No, it was Pocket Casts. And the only reason why I knew it was because my brother was like, hey, you're featured on here. Because he started using it. And he was like, it was so cool. I didn't even have to look you up.
What up, Pocket Casts? And what up to my goddaughter? Love you, girl.
Oh, yeah. I found out that my brother forwarded the episode to his wife. And she shared it with all her cousins. And everyone loved it.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, the glowworm episode.
Because I'm going to be the godmother?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
That's so cool.
They're giving me Christina's niece.
My godmother means so much to me.
In the
It's
event
such
of a
big
tragedy,
role.
I'm going to raise Christina's niece.
It's such a big role in the Italian/Catholic community. It is.
Yeah.
My godmother's my Aunt Michelle, and she's who I'm named after, my middle name. She's like the dopest person.
Shout out to my auntie Sarah, and my uncle Paul's my godfather. And I love my godparents. I couldn't have picked better ones. They're my fave.
Will you be the godmother to me and Shia's baby?
Of
You
course
picked
I
your
will.
godparents?
No, I'm saying I couldn't have picked better ones. Like
That would be so cool if your mom like let you pick them once you like became cognitive enough to know that.
I kind of wish
I
my
know,
parents
right?
let me pick mine.
Why do you hate your godmother?
Well, no, my godmother's dead, and she was awesome. But my godfather's not.
Listen,
Would you guys
sometimes
like
we
hook
can't-
up and he didn't call you?
The cards were dealt sometimes. We just have to roll with it.
I know, you can't help who your parents' siblings are.
It's true.
That's real as hell. You guys, thank you so much for listening. Jackie, where can we find you on Soch?
At Jackie_Michelle with 1L. Jackie'sFace.tumblr. I've been tumbling again. I'm really proud of it. Jackie Michelle Johnson on the gram. Not on Snapchat, but any minute now I probably will. You guys are on Game Center. You want to friend me on The Sims? Jackie Michelle. I believe the I is #1.
And also, you're on Snappy too, right? Snapchat?
I'm not. I need to.
Oh, I thought you just joined.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I'm in
I
and out.
need to though because you're really big into it now, and Catherine, my best friend,
Malls
really into it.
official. Follow me. I ask strangers if I should buy a gun. That's what I use Snapchat for. You guys are so fun. Love y'all.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.